Let me put it on recording. Okay, so today we are going to talk about or discuss about the coagulum plasma. From the very first unit of yours, you might have studied about the quarks and gluons, right? Quarks are actually the fundamental particles, gluons are the mediating particle. Now, what actually is a coagulum plasma, right? So this coagulum plasma is actually a state of matter. So let me write it here. This coagulum plasma is a state of matter in which, like hadrons, or I can say the contrary to hadrons, this, yeah, rather I will say the hadronic matter, these quarks and gluons are no longer, quarks or gluons are no longer confined in the interior of hadrons, right? So what actually is coagulum plasma? Coagulum plasma is another state of matter where the quarks and gluons are freely moving. That is, they are not confined like we have hadronic matter. Hadronic matter में क्या है? Like for example, we have proton, we have neutron. So this is hadronic matter, protons and neutrons. Wherein you know that quark इसमें भी quark आपका होता है. So they are actually confined within this radial domain. But in coagulum plasma, these quarks are free. So also we have the gluons in between them. They are the mediating particles, quarks and gluons. So they are not confined. So it is free to move. So that if the quarks or gluons are not confined to some radial domain like we have in the hadronic matter, we call that state of matter as a coagulum plasma, right? So in other words, I can say that they are not they are not confined. So we can say that they are deconfined. So this deconfinement essentially, so they are deconfined. Let me write it here. That means they are de deconfined, and this deconfinement refers to the freedom of quarks, the freedom of quarks and gluons to move nearly to move nearly freely to a greater region, freely to a greater region of space, greater region of space outside the radial domains, outside the radial domains. domains. So what I mean, that means if they are not confined to the radial domain, then we call that state as a deconfined. So this deconfinement actually refers to the freedom of these quarks to move outside the radial domain. For example, if this is a proton, this is a neutron. So this boundary, what we call as a radial domain. So because how actually it comes, we will come to that in a while. But the quarks and gluons are not confined within the boundaries of certain things like I can say the hadrons. So the coagulum plus these quarks and gluons move are able to move freely outside this radial domain to a greater region of space. That is what I mean by the to a greater region of space, and they can be spread like anything, right? Also, which is not the case in case of the hadrons, right? Which is not, because in hadrons we have the quarks confined to big, but they are constrained to remain bound within the boundaries of this now proton. Well, like for example, you know that what is the size of a proton, what is the size of a neutron, around some Fermi, right? Okay, now I can say that unlike protons and neutrons, this coagulum plasma has no formal shape, has no formal shape, or I can say the structure. Because now what I mean, because when I say the protons, they are spherical in shape, like, and when I have neutrons, they are spherical shape. But this quark Coulomb plasma has no formal structure. It can be I mean spread like anything, like it can, so no form, we cannot say that this has this kind of a shape, so it has no formal structure. Instead, it is a random assortment of these quarks and gluons. Instead, it is a random, yani the quarks and gluons are distributed randomly, random assortment, yani assortment of these quarks and gluons, quarks and gluons. ठीक है, and it is described as a collective interaction of this quarks and gluons, यानी जो QGP आपका है, for example if this is a QGP, it is described as a collective interaction, यानी the combined interaction of both quarks and the gluons. Now what actually theoretically what predicts this QCD, this quark gluon plasma? There's a lattice QCD, lattice quantum chromodynamics predicts, actually it is a theoretical this field which predicts that a phase transition, a phase transition from hadronic matter to quark-gluon plasma, QGP phase, I can say, to take place around a critical temperature, around a critical temperature TC equal to 150 to 200 MeV. Now, usually, you know that we are taking temperature in Kelvin and degrees, but uh, in the very first few lectures, we talk about the units in the high energy physics, where we say that the temperature and length, we can all take that in terms of an MeV, electron volts, or GeVs. So the critical temperature, so this lattice QCD predicts that this QGP phase of matter may be achieved when the critical temperature is around 150 to 200 MeV. So which will correspond to an energy density of, so this temperature, energy density, you know that we talk about that energy density in the last unit, which corresponds to an energy density of order of 1 to 3 GeV per Fermi cube, right? So this is the energy density 1 to 3 GeV per Fermi cube, and the baryon density, और जो baryon यहाँ पे मैं लिख रहा हूँ, and the baryon density, number of baryons per unit volume, and the baryon density of the order of 5 to 10 times, 5 to 10 times the normal nuclear matter density, nuclear matter density. Now what is normal nuclear matter density? It is around some 0.17 MeV or something, MeV, right? So it is around some 0.17 MeV, but जो density इसकी होगी quark-gluon plus, it is highly dense, so its density is of the order of 5 to 10 times, either 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, but usually देखा गया है it is about the 5 to 7 times the normal nuclear. So this QGP has actually two different features. Other than one is the density should be very high. I will just explain that in a while with the help of a phase diagram. And the other is the temperature should be high. So usually क्या होता है? So in order to have the quark-gluon plasma, what I actually need, where from these quarks and gluons will come. So in the previous lecture, you know, we talk about the nucleus collision. So in the Jordan model, we say that when the two nuclear are colliding in the center of mass frame, they form a quark-gluon plasma. So what is actually happening? So this nucleus comes from this direction, this nucleus comes from this direction. When they collide at very sufficiently high energies, the baryons जहाँ पे जो होते हैं, or the nucleons, since you know that the baryons and the nucleons, they are composed of this quark. Like for example, we have U up D. If I'm taking about the two up D, two proton collision of the two proton, two hadrons. So when they collide, actually these quarks and gluons come out of these hadrons and they will be freely. So this we have up down up down up down up down up down. As a result, this QGP phase of matter is being formed by this collision, right? So this nucleus collision can be used to study the study the coagulant plasma. So this lattice QCD, as I said, it actually predicts that the QGP is formed when yani the matter can go from hydronic matter. This is hadron. So it can go from hydronic matter to QGP when the critical temperature is around, when the temperature at a temperature of about 150 to 200 MeV, this which is very high temperature, which is very high temperature. So this temperature, when the temperature is around this, the hydronic matter can go to the coagulant plasma. Okay, and the other thing is the energy. This temperature or corresponds to an energy density of the order of 1 to 3 GeV, which means it's very highly dense. The coagulant plasma, it's very highly dense matter, and the barrier density जो होगी, that is around some 4 to 5 times the normal nuclear matter density, right? Okay, fine. Now coming to the another point, so now I will try to explain this. What are the two possible, what are the possible possible scenario to look for the formation of this QGP? Is it okay up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see what I will do. I will plot a graph here. I will show you the QGP, what is the condition for the formation of a coagulant plasma. Along y-axis, I am going to take the temperature, and along y-axis, I am going to take the baryon density in this direction and temperature in this direction, right? So you know that this is zero. Temperature is zero, baryon density is zero. Normal nuclear matter, ये वाला जो है, यानी it's the nuclear matter यहाँ पे. So this is what I called as a nuclear matter. ठीक? Okay. Now at this point, ये थोड़ा bend हुआ यहाँ पे, but you can take it straight. This is why the QGP is formed. Okay. This is why the QGP is formed. See, I will explain you what it actually means. So we can say that the coagulant plasma, so up to this point we have a normal nuclear matter. So you can say the QGP is formed either the baryon density is high, yani either it can be formed in this region when the density is high. When you go from this point to this point, the density will go on increasing. So the QGP lies in this region, or when the temperature is very high. So you can see that when from up to this point it will not be in the QGP, but as you go high, so in this all this region the QGP will be formed. So, or we can, in other words, we can say the combination of both. And the temperature should be like this and the baryon density. Or for example, if I have some matter here, that will be a QGP. If I have some matter here, that will be in the form of a QGP. Because the critical temperature is very high, here the baryon density is very high. Or agar matter यहाँ पे है and there is it is like this point, यानी combination of both, temperature भी ज़्यादा है and the baryon density भी ज़्यादा है. So you can see the QGP phase of matter is achieved or is reached either at high temperature or at high baryon density or a combination of both. ठीक है? So this normal nuclear matter जो है, it exists at relatively low temperatures, exists at relatively low temperature and net baryon density, low temperature and net baryon number. Now, baryon number means density. Whereas this QGP means QGP phase, QGP phase is reached at is reached either at high temperature or at high baryon density, high baryon density, or combination of both, or combination of both. Okay. Now when was this actually, when was this QGP phase of matter? Now if you will go, you might have studied the big bang आपने देखा है, it says starting at certain point at some time, and after within a fraction of the second we came to know that the universe was being created, right? Universe was being created within a fraction of the seconds. So it is said that at the time of a big bang, the matter was in the form of these quarks and gluons, and as the expansion takes place, the quarks combine with other particles, and they form the hadrons. Hadrons form the, they combine with other form, as a form they form atom, and all these things comes within the fractions and fractions of the seconds, and after around some 10 to power some minus 2 seconds, the matter was being created and the universe was came into the existence. So now, in order to study this Coriolis plasma, in order to study, we have to go back to the this Big Bang, the point at which this point has happened. So we are saying that this QGP phase is expected to have been formed or produced a few microseconds after the Big Bang, right? So because at that point the temperature and the density was very high. Further, there is another possibility where this QGP phase of matter is achieved, that is it is presumed to be present in the neutron stars. Neutron stars are very far away from us, and it is assumed that जो neutron star होते हैं, it is the core, it is the matter is in the form of quarks and the gluons. ठीक है. Now how, so I, in order to study this Coriolis plasma, अब हमें study करने के लिए either we have to go back to this QGP, this Big Bang, the point at which the Big Bang started, or we need to go to the neutron stars to study this phase of matter. But you know that the Big Bang was long ago. It takes some billions of years, some 50 billion years, billions or 14 billion years, and the neutron stars are far away from us. We can, it's not easy for us to reach to the neutron stars, right? So how we can study this phase? So this phase of matter may be studied by producing a little bang in the laboratory. जो हमने last lecture में पढ़ा है, little bang in the laboratory means we are actually allowing the two nuclei to collide. ठीक है? So this is what I mean by the little bang. So in which इसमें क्या होता है? Two heavy nuclei actually collide to two heavy nuclei collide at extremely high energies to reach the condition of the formation of coulomb. यानी दो nuclei जो है, they collide at extremely high energies, and they, as a result, they reach the condition of the formation of the quark-gluon plasma. यानी the quarks and the gluons from these hadrons will come out, and they will be free to move, and that state is called as a quark-gluon plasma. Do you understand it? So let me repeat it again from the beginning to up to this point. I will just summarize it, and then I will have to tell you something else. So I say that this Coriolis plasma is actually a state of matter in which the quarks and gluons are no longer confined to the interior of hadrons. What does it mean? That means the quarks and gluons are able to move freely outside the radial domain. Radial domain means अगर ये proton है, radial domain, right? So then I say that so how QGP is being formed? Now then I say there are two possible scenarios for the formation of a Coriolis plasma. One is either it can be achieved at a high temperature or at a high baryon density, or a combination of both. So that the lattice QCD actually predicts it. So it was predicted theoretically. It was not experimentally. We observed this Coriolis plasma later, but this lattice QCD predicted in some around some 1960s or something. So it predicts that this QGP phase of matter may be formed at high temperature or at high baryon density, right? And so I show you with the help of this graph that there is two possible scenarios. Either we can have at high baryon density or at high temperature, or a combination of both. But now जो QGP phase of matter है, I am saying that it has been expected to have been produced at the time of a Big Bang. So, or it is also present in the neutron stars. Now, in order to study, either we need to go back to the point of a Big Bang or to the neutron stars, but both the cases are not possible. So, how we studied? We created a little bang in the laboratory in which we allowed the two nuclei to collide with each other at extremely high energies to reach the formation of this Coriolis plasma. So when they collide, they form a Coriolis plasma. Okay. Now once they form a Coriolis plasma, like in the previous case जहाँ पे जॉर्गन स्केलिंग में मैंने आपको बताया था, this space time scenario जो हमने बताया था, यहाँ पे आपका projectile आ रहा है, यहाँ पे target आ रहा है, it collides at this point, and then when it collides, formation takes when there is an equilibration, and after the equilibration at proper time some Coriolis plasma is formed. But then I said that the QGP expands and the chemical freeze out takes place, and it will just with after very short duration of time, this QGP do not exist for a long time. So it soon expands and it just combines with other quarks to form the hadrons, and the hadronization takes place. Okay, we explained all these things in the previous lecture. So also the small size of plasma and the short duration time. यानी one thing is कि size small size है इसका, यानी the volume in which it is being produced is very small, and the survival time is very small. Survival time means it is survival time is 10 to power minus 22 seconds. You can imagine 1 divided by 1 second को हम इतना divide 10 to power 20 seconds 22 seconds 0 से divide करेंगे तो कितना. So it lasts for only. So जब हमें when I allowed the two nuclei to collide, तो QGP जो form होता है, it remains only for this. You can see how fast, how quickly, how rapidly it will combine other quarks to form the hadrons back. So एक तो small size of plasma and एक दूसरा इसका short survival time, यानी it will remain there for only 10 to power minus 22 seconds. So these two things actually poses problems in its experimental identification directly. So we cannot identify directly so that QGP is, and we cannot just visualize. Yes, we can see. Oh, it is a coagulon plasma. We can just visualize it with our eyes. Okay. So therefore, how we can say that the coagulon plasma has been formed? So one actually relies on the indirect signals, or we call them as signatures, right? For the formation of, yani something will happen here, and I will say yes, QGP was formed here. Otherwise, QGP will not remain there for some time, and you can see and visualize. So how we actually visualize? I will observe notice something happening in that particular mechanism, and I will say that yes, this mechanism happened because the QGP was there. QGP was there for certain time, right? Okay. So then we need to, in order to study the coagulon plasma, there are some promising signals, promising signals, or I can say the signatures. So what are those signatures? There are 4 5 signatures. There are many more, but we will discuss some important signatures. We will discuss them in detail. What are the possible signatures? But I want to know from you, do you understand up to this point what QGP actually is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, why these experiments are being carried out, where we can study the coagulon plasma? And I told you in the class also that there is an experiment in CERN, Center for European Nuclear Research. So जहाँ पे आपका LHC है, Large Hadron Collider, in which this heavy nuclei are allowed to collide each other. You know that I told you this at CERN. This LHC is some 27 kilometer circular ring. On frost Swiss border. So वहां पे ये experiment होता है. There are different experiments carrying on this LHC. One is LSCMS and many other. So there is one particular experiment. उसका नाम है ALIC. Alice उसको बोलते हैं, Alice collaboration. This Alice is actually there to study this coagulon plasma. So Alice का यही काम है. Different detectors. There are different detectors. We have CMS detector there. We have Alice. We have LHCb and so other. CMS is there, LS is there, then there is Atlas is there, Atlas and some other some more detectors. But this Atlas जो आपका है, its job is to study this coagulon plasma. Okay, so you just came to know that coagulon plasma is state of matter. यहाँ पे आपके quarks and gluons, they are not confined to the interior of the hadron, but instead they are able to move freely outside the radial domain, right? Now, how is being that created? What are the possible scenarios to look for the formation of coagulon plasma? One is either high temperature or at a high baryon density, and this existed either at the Big Bang or in the neutron stars. But we cannot study it neither at Big Bang at the time when the Big Bang happened, nor at the time, nor in the neutron stars, because both are out of reach. We cannot reach to that point to study this. So what we do, we actually create a little bang in the laboratory in which we allow the two nuclei to collide head on in the center of mass frame, so that they reach the formation of this, what we call as a coagulon plasma. Once they form the coagulon plasma, then we can study the coagulon plasma. Now I say that this, when the once the coagulon plasma is formed, its size is small, and also its survival time is short. Therefore we cannot just measure it directly. How we can say that the coagulon plasma, when one relies actually on some indirect signals, that indirect signals जो आपके हैं, we call them as signatures of the coagulon plasma. So we are going to take one by one. So the first one I'm going to talk about is dileptons. Now leptons, you know what are leptons? Hmm? leptons are actually the class of the particles, like we have electron, muon, tau, tau, and their neutrinos, neutrinos, उनको हम leptons बोलते हैं. Now dilepton means the lepton pairs. So dilepton means they are actually the
Peers.
lepton pairs. Yani if I have electron, I will have electron, and then I have the positron. इसका lepton. If I have mu plus, then I have mu minus. It's antiparticle. If I have tau, then I have tau minus. Similarly, electron neutrino, mu neutrino, tau neutrino, they are all as an leptons. This is a class of the particle. जहाँ पे fermions भी इनको हम बोलते हैं, but we also call them as an spin half इनका होता है, and they are the leptons because they are truly fundamental. They are fundamental.
Fundamental.
Okay, so dileptons or lepton pairs, we consider them to be as a signature of the coagulon plasma. यानी we can say that when the coagulon plasma, simple words में मैं समझा दूंगा कि जब आपका coagulon plasma produce होता है in when I made the two nuclei to collide with each other. So when they collide with each other, coagulon plasma is formed. If I'm able to observe these dileptons, यानी lepton pairs अगर उस coagulon plasma से produce हुए हैं, we will say that these lepton pairs come from the coagulon plasma, and we can say that yes, there was the coagulon plasma for a certain time. Now, in order to elaborate, this is simple. यानी to observe the lepton pairs from the formation of a coagulon plasma, we will say that yes, this is a signature coming from the coagulon plasma. So what is actually happening in the coagulon plasma? So, and what could be the constituents of a coagulon plasma? You know that it will be the quarks and gluons. There will be only the quarks and the gluons. They will be moving freely. So what will happen? A quark and an antiquark form a virtual photon. So this quark will combine with an antiquark. So they form some virtual photon. Virtual photon will then decay to lepton plus anti-lepton. Now the lepton could be of any, it could be electron, muon, tau. Now I am just generalizing it by the general L plus and L minus, that is lepton and anti-lepton. Now you can also represent it by the Feynman diagram. So this Feynman diagram we are going to discuss in your next unit, जहाँ पे weak interactions हम बात करेंगे वहाँ पे. But I don't know whether you have studied in your first unit. फारूक साहब ने पढ़ा है ये? So this is the quark, this is anti-quark, right? So they just this is a virtual photon, then they go to the L plus and L minus. First unit में आपने पढ़ा है ये Feynman diagrams का थोड़ा बहुत interactions आपने पढ़ा होगा.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
थोड़ा.
Anyway,
Yes, sir.
chalo fine. So this is so when the quark, so the quark and the antiquark will combine, they will form a virtual photon which will subsequently decay to a lepton and an anti-lepton. Now the system of this producer lepton and anti-lepton produce. So this system of lepton and anti-lepton इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Dileptons. So dilepton. So this dilepton, how I actually characterize this? This dilepton is characterized by invariant mass scared. Let me write it. Yani we are to study these properties, we characterize it by invariant mass squared. And we are just observing the invariant mass square that is given by L square, M square will be given by L plus L minus iska square, invariant mass square, and dilepton 4 momentum. Dilepton 4 momentum. Dilepton 4 momentum, you know that is given by P is equal to L plus L minus iska dilepton 4 momentum, and dilepton transverse momentum. Dilepton transverse momentum. We have discussed all these things. That dilepton transverse momentum we are representing actually by PT. PT means transverse momentum. It is again given by LT plus LT minus. Yani transverse momentum of this and transverse momentum of this, and the combination of both these things. So yani the dilepton pair जो आपका produce होता है, we actually characterize. Yani we can measure its in mass, invariant mass square, dilepton, the dilepton 4 momentum, the 4 momentum of that dilepton जो lepton anti-lepton pairs produce होते हैं, also the transverse momentum. Why actually we are actually bothered about all these things? That is for a reason, and I am going to tell you why. Because now since you know that the dileptons जो आपके होते हैं lepton pairs, they are charged particles, so they can interact in this coagulon plasma with only electromagnetically. ठीक है, with the intervening medium. जो intervening medium है इसमें this dielectron can interact what electron, because you know that when there are the charger particles interact via the electromagnetic interaction is there. So what will happen there, they will leave this is actually very hot and dense reaction zone. मैंने अभी कहा था ना टेम्परेचर इसका ज्यादा होगा और डेंसिटी, so this will leave the hot and the dense reaction zone essentially unaffected, यानी it will not affect this the reaction zone जो आपका जो medium यहाँ पे होगा, these electron pairs will not affect this. उससे क्या होगा उससे ये है कि these dielectrons जो हैं these electron pairs provide a direct information about the, yani they will not deviate or they will not there will not be any other interaction with these leptons. So we will say that the lepton pairs jo hain, they will provide the direct information about the hydrodynamic state of the matter, yani this is sort of a probe. So when they will come out of this they will carry some information. So like we have the invariant for momentum, this transverse momentum, and we can say that the electron pairs is is a is a signal, is a probe by which we can study this coagulant plasma. Okay? Now, with an improved understanding of the collision dynamics and the hydronic background, it has become, we can say that, यानी जब हमारे पास क्या होगा, पूरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगी कोल्यूजन डायनामिक्स की. Collision dynamics means कि what are the different dynamic quantities that are being involved in a collision, and also the hadronic background. जो hadronic background हमारे पास है कि मतलब कहाँ से ये कोरगुलान प्लाज्मा प्रोड्यूस होता है, कौन से hadron से है. It has become, we can say that the lepton pairs जो है from the coagulant plasma, जो हम ऑब्जर्व करेंगे यहाँ पे, the invariant mass, their invariant mass should be of the range of 1 to 1.5 GeV. So only those leptons which have an invariant mass above this are assumed to be as in because of the lepton anti-lepton pairs and as a signature of the coagulant plasma. ठीक है. Now there are other possible scenarios where we can have the lepton pairs. So how we can eliminate that only these lepton and anti-lepton pairs are coming from the plasma and they are the only possible signatures of the coagulant plasma. See how we can just predict that. So there are some other processes by which we can say that the lepton pairs are being produced in a, for example, one another process is there, what is of this dilepton production is what is called as a Drell-Ion process. This is another process, Delian process. So Delian process में भी क्या होता है, उसमें एक valence quark of a nucleon of one of the colliding nuclei can interact with the C antiquark of a nucleon of another quark. यानी the valence, because you know that the quarks are also no, distributed in different energy levels, right? So the one of the valence quark of one of the nucleon will collide of from one of the nuclei will collide with the C antiquark. C antiquark means any quark from the another nuclei from to form a virtual photon, and we subsequently decay to, yani again one quark will quark with the another anti-quark, but this is a valence quark of one nuclei, it will quark and they will form a virtual photon which will again decay to a L plus and L minus, right? So these leptons are not the signatures of the coagulant plasma. This is because of this process dilepton. How we can say that this is not? So we can also obtain the invariant mass squared of this dilepton pair, the 4 momentum and also the transverse momentum. If it is if it is not in the range 1 to 1.5 GeV, we can rule out that yes, these leptons are not being produced from they are not the signatures of the coagulant plasma. Okay. Also, there is one more thing by which this dileptons can be produced. Dileptons also are produced in the interaction of the charged hadrons. Like hadron, agar for example, pi plus can interact with the pi minus. You know, this is a hadron with the two quarks. They will also give left L plus and L minus. This is another process in which we can have, यानी the leptons will come out from 3 different sources. एक तो जो हम already पढ़ चुके हैं. Then there is another, this is the second case, this is the third case. But so in order to separate out the contribution of dilepton production due to all these processes, what we will do, it is always necessary to analyze their what analyze their contribution, यानी इसका कितना contribution है, इसका contribution उस process में, यानी we will get a dilepton, अगर for example we will get 10 dilepton pairs from some when the QGP is formed. Now we need to actually analyze their contribution. So we will just see the invariant mass squared of all those dilepton pairs. So the analysis is done by this invariant mass distribution. We will just find out the invariant mass distribution, and what will be the mass of this pair, what will be the mass of this pair, and what will be the mass of the another pair. So depending upon if the invariant mass of the electron pairs is around 1 to 1.5 GeV or less than this 1.5 GeV, we will say that sorry, not less, about 1 to 1.5 GeV, we can say that otherwise the masses of invariant mass of these leptons is not is not in this range. So we can say that only these leptons where the invariant mass of those leptons is this, they are considered to be as a signature of the Corr-Goulam plasma. So this is one of the signature where we have the where we can say that the Corr-Goulam. So if we can see, if we will say that the dileptons have been produced from a particular from hadronic this zone, or the Corr-Goulam this from the interaction point or the collision point, we will say that yes, there was a Corr-Goulam plasma, right? Is it okay? This is going to end, but do join for another class because there are so many signals. I want to finish one more. If you have some anything to ask, you can, but I think it will end in a minute or so. It is better to join then join again with the link, with the same link.
Okay.